disappointing. Give Florida Gulf Coast a lot of credit. They just played better than we did, and we never really could get into a rhythm and get any kind of momentum at all, really, that was sustainable. And then when we had to have stops down the stretch to stay in it, we just, I guess, fatigue took over or something, but we didn't get it done. We played well enough the first half to overcome poor offensive play. Defensively, we played well enough. In the second half, we gave up 48 points, and so wasn't much we could do from there.
Coach, like you said, you were close enough at the half, even though struggling, and then still couldn't get any shots to go in the second half. Do you think it's fatigue from playing yesterday into this game? Or?
I think it's a little bit of everything. You know, I mean, they're a good defensive team. They've had great defensive numbers all year, and so shots didn't come easily. Adam's a big part of our offense, and we couldn't really, you know, they did a nice job of keeping him from getting great looks, and that settles us down quite a bit whenever things aren't going our way. And then we probably pressed a little bit offensively and tried to make too much happen. And then eventually, fatigue was a big part of it.
Adam, for you, it's got to be a disappointing way to end your career with the program. Just talk about that for a second, and you know, losing this last game.
I mean, any loss is disappointing, but you know, I had a great career. It was really fun. I love my team, and it's a great group of guys, and I don't regret any of it. I mean, any loss is going to be disappointing to hang on.
Chris, what about you guys? The outside shots just weren't falling. I mean, that's got to be frustrating when you're in a game like that, but just can't get those shots to fall.
I mean, it was disappointing. We could have had our offense doing an outside shot. I mean, we had great shooters, Joe and Aaron, and the shot was just falling for us tonight.
Coach, what about this season to wrap up? I mean, to get back to this tournament, win that. It's been a while since the program had won a conference tournament game. To take that step,
it's a great first step for us. You know, we want it to become the norm, obviously, and that's what we told our 4 seniors in the locker room is I want them to, when the sting is gone and as years pass, I want them to be able to look back and be able to legitimately take the credit for getting Stetson over the hump and being the group that turned the program around. We got a long way to go, but for those of us who were sitting in the locker room that when we were 3-8 and with a lot of head shaking, and to sit here at 15-16 right now, and 3rd place in the league and a semifinal game, and there's a lot to be proud of.
What's the next step for the program? How do you get to that next step?
Yeah, the next step is to legitimately walk onto the floor and expect to be the best team when you play the game. You know, especially against your peers, which are conference opponents and people at our level. I think we gained a lot of momentum in that regard, but there were still a lot of unknowns, and that comes through preparation and practice and how you go about your business on and off the floor. That's what makes programs. It's what we want to be.
Adam, a big difference in points in the paint tonight. Did you feel like that they maybe they're a little more aggressive? Were they the more aggressive team tonight, or were just loose balls going their way, or what was the difference there?
They were definitely concentrating on being a help side when our guys were throwing the ball down low. I wasn't really doing a good job of going after the ball and securing it, so that was kind of a big part of the reason that we didn't really you know, get much going on in the post. So yeah, I should take, you know, most of the blame for that.
Casey, outside of the outcome, what did you see from your team that you liked tonight?
I saw a guy in Joel Narbergs who made a turnover with about a minute and a half to go. That was when we were down about 14, and he could have let the guy go in and shoot a layup, but he sprinted his tail off to get there and contest the shot and foul him, and that's what I want our team to look like. I don't want to be down 14 or make the turnover, but I want a lot of fight, guys that are ready, that want to play and give their best effort regardless of the time or score.
Good. Thank you, gentlemen.